Hello. Hi, guys. Thank you. So today we're talking about launching your online course. Launching your online course when you've got a small audience. So hands up if that's you. Hands up if that's you. If you feel right now like you've got a small audience, maybe you're thinking about launching an online course, but you're a little bit worried because you think that you need to have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on your email list or in your community following you on Facebook and Instagram. So let me know if that feels like you, if you're a little bit worried about launching to a small community, because that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm hoping that this topic is going to um, give a huge sigh of relief. Yeah. And that's because I'm talking about how you can still have a profitable launch with just a small community. Okay, who have we got here? We got Laura, Lucy. Hey guys, hello. So yeah, we've got hands up, Emily in the Facebook group over here. Perfect. Okay, so when I say community, when I talk about community, what I actually mean, or what I'm actually referring to, is the size of your email list. Okay, so that's what I'm actually referring to. And I'm going to show you that it's not the size of your list. Okay, it's not the size of your list that matters, it's how you nurture and communicate with that list. Okay, when it comes to online education and launching online courses, there's actually a conversion rate that you can use as a guide, which basically says, and you probably heard me talk about this before, but it basically says that 2% of your email list will convert into course students. Okay, so that 2% is a guide, and it's more important to remember that the bigger your list is, the bigger your email list is, the harder it is to personalize. Okay, and that's something that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about personalization. And when you personalize your communications and your contact with your audience, and by that I mean you treat your subscribers, yeah, as people, and you make those people feel really special. When you've got a small list, when you've got a small email list, you can totally have a profitable course launch and just smash that 2% conversion out the bag. Yeah. So today I'm talking about personalization strategies, okay, that you can use to really nurture a small community, a small email list, okay? And I'm also going to be sharing with you another strategy that you can use for your first ever launch to help you to bring your first students on board, okay? And it's a strategy that I used in the early days in my business, okay? So what you always have to remember here is whatever your results are, so whether it's zero, like it was for me when I first launched my first online course, I talked about this the other week, zero. My first launch literally produced zero sales, zero revenue. My second launch, which was a $97 product, digital product, I had 14 sales and it brought me in around $1,300, $1,400. Okay. I've since gone on from then. So that's 3 years ago. I've since gone on to launch again and again and again and again. And the last time that I launched the Profitable Yoga Teacher Program, which is my 6-month program, it's going to be open for enrollment next week. The last time I launched that program, that launch generated $60,000. Okay, so within 3 years, I'd gone from a zero launch to a $60,000 launch, and that's after multiple launches within that 3 year period. Okay, so it's really important to remember that, guys. I think as course creators, okay, which is what you are, if you're going to create an online yoga course, you're a course creator. As course creators, we tend to put a lot of focus on the revenue, yeah, how much revenue we're generating in our launch. And the thing is, that's not all that's going to happen when you have a launch. Okay, there's many other things that are going to come out of that launch. Yeah, So many things other than the revenue side of it. You know, opportunities to speak on podcasts, the relationships that you're going to build. And just remember that, you know, some customers, some people in your community, they might not buy with you straight away, but they might come back, you know, a month later or even a year after that. So everything that you put into your course launches, you know, it's not just about the revenue. We have to see the bigger picture here. It's a lot of energy that goes into it, but there's a lot that goes out as well. Okay. And you know, there's so many benefits. Basically, there's so many benefits. And I think, you know, you have no idea when you've just closed enrollment, all of the awesome things that are going to come out of launching. Okay, so what I say to you is, like, don't wait. Don't just focus on the revenue and think you have to have a huge list or a huge community because you want to get to X amount of revenue. Just focus on taking action. Like, just focus on doing it now, yeah, because you'll launch again and again and again and again. And I think launching takes courage. It really does. And the thing is, you know, those people who are successful at launching, they launch again, and no matter what happens, they launch again and they launch again and again. And the way you're going to learn and become successful at this is just by doing it, yeah? So let's go back to the list. Let's go back to the list. So the number of people on your list, as I said at the beginning, you know, it's really just a vanity metric. You know, people love to talk about how big their list is. I do. I love to talk about it. But what is way more important is your relationship to the individuals on your email list. So I want you to stop calling them subscribers and start calling them people, because that's what they are. And this is really about your relationship to them. You know, it's ultimately what's going to make that launch successful. If you've got good relationships with the people on your email list, then you will have, you know, you'll have a successful launch. So first of all, you know, just kind of stop kind of thinking about these people as leads or subscribers, and just remember that they're people with, like, real names and email addresses. Okay, so that's the first thing. And you know, if you do have a small email list, stop thinking about it as a disadvantage. Okay, because you can really use it so that it's actually your greatest strength. And so, as I said before, you know, when you have a small list, you can add these personal touches. Yeah, you can personalize. Yeah. And one thing that I've done on previous launches, you know, in the beginning, in the early days, when it's been to a small group of teachers, a small group of people on my list who perhaps have registered for a challenge, let's say. So they've registered for a challenge, and you guys can totally do this. You know, you should be thinking about running and hosting live challenges to launch programs, to launch things. So one of the things that I've done in the past is I would send a personalized video. Yeah, and I do tons of them. I do tons of these videos, and I'd use a service called Bonjouro. Okay, it's a service called Bonjouro. And what would happen is every time somebody would register for my challenge, it would notify me in the app. So it would send me a notification on my phone, and that would open the app up, and then I'd record a quick video to thank them for registering, and you know, let them know that I'm excited to work with them in the challenge. I would use their name, and it would take me about 30 seconds, but I'd record that video, and then it would automatically send it to their inbox. Okay, I love this tool. It's a great tool. It's a great, great tool. Now, when you have a small list of people, it's easy to do that. You know, when you have a larger list, say for instance, you know, I'm promoting the summit at the moment, the 2020 Yoga Entrepreneurs Global Summit that starts on Saturday. We've had nearly 5,500 people, 5,500 teachers sign up, register for that summit. I can't send out 5,500 videos, okay? It's not possible. So, you know, when you have a smaller list or you have smaller numbers of people joining your challenges, you can totally do this. You could totally use a service like Bonjouro And it's just taking a little bit of time out in your day during that promotional period where you're getting people signed up for your challenge to send that personalized video. And I'm telling you now, it makes a huge difference. Not only in kind of introducing people to you, starting that relationship, but also it encourages people to show up to your challenge. Okay, because half the time people sign up for things, but there's no real intention to kind of carry it through. And if you're showing up in your business like that, in a personal way, and really kind of nurturing people like that and kicking off that relationship like that, you know, people are more likely to take notice and pay attention to that and show up as a result. Okay, so have a think about that. Have a think about how you could use video, and definitely a Bonjouro is a great service. I'm pretty sure that they do like a free 14-day trial. So if you time it, sign up just as you're about to launch your challenge, just as you're about to start promotion for your challenge, so that you can actually use it for free during that promotional period. Now, the other thing, and this is another reason why email marketing is so important, and I'm talking here about replies, okay? The replies that you get from emails. When you send out your weekly email, the responses that you get back. Now, really important here is that you need to ask people to reply to you, okay? So I get tons of replies in my inbox every single week. And one of the reasons that I get those replies is because I say, reply back to me. Tell me what you're thinking. You know, reply back to me. What's going on for you right now? Reply back to me. What's your biggest challenge in your business right now? And you know, I've noticed that when I don't tell people to do that, then I don't get as many replies. But make sure that you reply to your emails, yeah? Because that's where the conversation is started. You know, it's where it starts. And ideally, you know, this is great during a launch, but this is why you have to have consistency when it comes to emailing your list, yeah? And, you know, as I said, if you ask questions, people are more likely to reply. They're more likely to hit reply, tell you what they want. You know, they'll tell you what they like. They'll tell you what they don't like. And this is why one of the reasons why it's so important to email your list every week. Yeah. And if you feel like you don't know what to say, then, you know, it's important then that you've got a content plan. Yeah, you've got a 90-day content plan where you've planned out each piece of content every single week and you summarize that in your email. But just email people, you know, tell them something useful. Yeah, help them. Share something that you've learned with them. Yeah, just be real. And people will want to respond to that, and that's going to start a conversation. You know, always, like I said, think of the people on your list as people, not subscribers. You know, they have the same dreams that you do. Okay, so just start a conversation around that. And honestly, personalization is just so much easier when you have a smaller list. Yeah, the smaller the community, there's something a bit kind of grassroots about it. Something a bit kind of grassroots when your audience is smaller, because you can get to more people on your list. Yes, is it cutting out for anybody else? Do let me know. Just on IGTV, on Instagram, sorry, being told that it's cutting out. But I'm going to upload it onto IGTV, so you'll be able to find it here in the feed afterwards. Is it cutting out for anybody else? Let me know, let me know. So, yeah. Let's have a look, one sec. No, all good, perfect. Okay, so yes, so treat your list as people, and thanks guys, thanks for the feedback there. So yeah, replying to emails, making sure that you're consistent with your emails so that you can start that conversation there. And you know, email marketing, I mean, I've done tons of trainings on email marketing, so you guys who are yet to get started, you know, head to the Digital Yoga Academy Facebook page, the easiest place to find the videos. Go to videos and they're all there every single week. The videos that I do here in the Facebook group, I mean, you can find them in the Facebook group as well, but in the Facebook group, they get uploaded onto our Facebook page as well. They're also on a YouTube channel, so you can go over to YouTube as well and watch these videos, but just go and find the ones on email marketing and make sure you've got your email marketing in place. It's so, so important, okay? So yeah, so I think, you know, that's personalization really, in terms of like sending videos. It's easier to do with a smaller list, but replies as well. Connecting with people, with your community in Facebook. Like if you've got a Facebook group, if you're friends with any of your community on Facebook, you can send them messages, you know, replying to the DMs, just really utilizing the channels that you have to communicate with people, right? If you've got a smaller community, it's easier to do that. It's easier to do that one-to-one interaction. And obviously, as your community grows, it's more difficult. It's more difficult to do that. We really have to rely on automation, yeah? So definitely there's something more grassroots, you know, when your community is smaller, you know, you can get to more people there. Okay, so that's personalization. So I want you, for you guys who have smaller communities, to really start thinking about how you can personalize your communications and to start implementing, to start doing that and just seeing. And especially during launch periods, it's so, so important, so important. Another strategy I want to share with you today is something that I used when I first launched my monthly membership, okay? It's called the founding member strategy, okay? Anybody heard of that? Founding member strategy. And the founding member strategy really creates an opportunity for you not to wait, yeah? If you've got an idea, it creates this opportunity for you to take action on it, because waiting until you've got an audience of like thousands of people, you know, is nothing more than procrastinating on the opportunity that's right there in front of you. And a founding, excuse me, a founding member launch just allows you to get going. It allows you to create momentum with just a tiny audience, even if you've got a really small audience. And the reason this is one of the fastest strategies to deploy is that you don't need a sales page, yeah? You don't need launch videos, you don't need a challenge, you know, you don't need any of that. This is not about that. This is about speed. Yeah, this is about speed. And the real benefit to this is that it just allows you to validate whether there's actual interest in what you're thinking about creating. Okay. So it also allows you to generate money, yeah, before you even create anything. Yeah. So it gives you an opportunity to just create this momentum and to start moving forward with some of these ideas that are up here. So the other thing that it allows you to do with a founding member strategy is it allows you to create stories. Yeah, so these are your most valuable marketing assets. You know, as you continue to grow your business, the stories of the people that you're impacting, okay, so the stories of your students who are getting results, it's going to be so beneficial to you. You need those stories as you grow your business. So there's also a benefit to your small audience, okay? So let's say you've got this small audience, and I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can, you know, the steps to kind of actually work through a founding member strategy, how it actually works. But there's benefits to your audience as well. And this is because it allows them to get into your program at the lowest price possible. But not only that, you then extend that price to them for as long as they remain a member. Okay, so this works really well for a membership. Yeah, I did this when I first launched the Success Club, the monthly membership. So I did it as a founding member strategy, and those founding members kept the same low price throughout their membership. But it's also, what's interesting about this is it also helps you to shape the direction of your course or your membership, and they get first access to it. Yeah, they're kind of a first mover, so they get that first mover advantage. And So therefore, it's a big win-win. It's a win-win for both of you, for you as the creator and for them as the student as well. So this is what you want to do. So if you want to try this out, if you've got a small audience and you've got an idea and it's just sitting up here as an idea, we're going to get the idea and put it out there, okay? We're going to get the idea and put it out there. And first and foremost is that you've got your idea and then you put out an invitation for people to join you before anything has been created or confirmed, okay? Does that feel a bit scary doing that, guys? Putting an invitation out to people to join you in something that you haven't actually created or confirmed yet. How does that feel? Do we feel a bit scared about that? Share with me. Share with me. Let's have a look here on Facebook. Oh, oh, sorry guys, I've missed all of these Facebook comments. Right. I'll come back to some of them in a bit. So yes, we're putting an invitation out. Do we feel a bit scared about that? Putting an invitation out without first actually creating the content, the membership or whatever it might be. Yes, well done, love it. So you're going to put your invitation out, and that could be, via a Facebook post, an Instagram post, an email to your list, wherever you're communicating with your audience, you're going to put it out in those places. And the overview of the concept is this. First, you share that you have an idea or something that you're thinking about doing. Yeah. Something that you're thinking about doing. So you share that. And then what you want to do is you want to cast the vision of what you see this idea becoming. Yeah, you want to show to people what this is going to be about. Like, what is the vision for this? So basically, why do they want to be part of it? You want to be sharing the benefits and the transformation in this idea. And then you want to invite them to join you, okay? And you give them a call to action. And this is really important. When you invite them to join you, the call to action is send me a direct message. If you're interested, if you want to join, if you want to be a founding member, either reply back to this email, or if you're doing this in Facebook and Instagram, send me a message. Send me a message in Facebook. Send me a DM in Instagram. And let's get you signed up as a founding member. Yeah? And so that's how it works. It's very simple. Very simple, right? Do we agree that this is simple? The light's gone funny on Instagram. Do we agree this is simple, guys? And so we're doing this because we've got a small audience and we've got an idea and we wanted to put our idea out into the world and get feedback, and we want to get moving. We want to get moving with this idea. And so you're going to cast this vision for what you see it becoming, invite them to join you, and then give them that direct call to action, okay? So why do more people not do this? Do you see many people doing this? Why are more people not doing this? You might be thinking, yeah, it's a great idea, but when you actually come to do it, you get stuck in your tracks. And there's a few reasons for this. There's a few reasons why people get stuck in their tracks with this one. And number one is perfectionism, okay? And here's what it looks like. You might be thinking, oh God, what are people going to think? I'm trying to sell something here and I haven't even got it finished yet. Yeah, I've not I've not dotted all my I's or crossed my T's. It's got to look pretty. It's got to be amazing. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. And I think, perfectionism, because we always want what we're putting out into the world to be perfect, that can just stop us in our tracks. Number two, the second reason why people don't do this is that they have a fear that if they put it out there, nobody's going to buy it. No one's going to bite. And with this one, remember that you're not asking people to leave a comment on a post. You're asking them to send you a direct message. So the fear of nobody buying, you don't really need to worry about, because that direct message or that email reply shields you from that, doesn't it? It shields you from that. So we're protecting our ego a little bit here. But nobody needs to know, what you're testing out here in your business and whether it's worked or not. And honestly, people don't really care that much. They're not really looking that much. This is just a fear that we feel ourselves. Um, the third reason why people don't move forward on this is that they fear that they're going to look stupid with their audience, that they don't have everything figured out yet. And this is nothing more than you really just worrying about yourself. I'm sure you can relate to these things, guys, so do let me know in the comments. But it's nothing more than you really worrying about yourself. And what I want to encourage you guys to do is just shift your focus to the people that you want to serve. You've got a solution for a problem that people are experiencing right now, that people in your small community are experiencing right now. So, any thoughts on that? So, yeah, so that's what might hold you back with this founding member strategy. It's the perfectionism, the fear of nobody buying, the fear of looking stupid. And, the reality is, like with everything, you don't have to get everything perfect. You just got to get going, right? You just got to get it out there, and nobody is going to know, whether you get one response or 100 responses. When you're doing it by direct message, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. So remember, what we're doing here is we're just putting it out there as, this is something that I'm wanting to do. This is something I'm thinking about. This is the vision for it. Who wants to come in as a founding member? So yeah, you could hold off on a start date. Exactly. You could hold off on a start date. But even if you get a few people, it's a few people who are almost coming in as like beta users. Yeah. You're giving them an opportunity to access your content at a discounted price, a founding member price for the foreseeable future. And the feedback that you get from people going through your content is so invaluable. Like, these people are early adopters, right? They're early adopters, and those are the people that are really going to support you on this little journey. They want to be there with you and they want to support you. So the feedback you get, the insight that you get, will allow you to really grow and develop your offering, so that the next time you launch, you'll be launching to a larger audience this time, because you'll have done some work, you'll have used strategies to bring more people into your business. So it's a really great place to start. I don't want you to discount this. I want you to have a think about it, and just take action on it, because you don't know. Like, you might put it out there into the world and not get anything, and that's okay. We need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe our messaging wasn't quite right. Maybe the idea, the concept isn't quite right. It's not resonating with our community. But you might put it out there and get 10 messages, 20 messages, or even more. Okay, so we're not going to know unless we try it, right? We're not going to know. So yeah, so that's really what I wanted to kind of share with you guys today. We're not talking here about having a huge audience. We're talking about how you can go about launching offerings with a smaller audience. Personalization when you've got a small audience is key. Really nurture those people on your list. Treat them as people. Yeah, see them as people, not just a name, or a lead or a subscriber. They are your people. Find ways to communicate with them and interact with them and support them. Ask them questions, ask them what they need, ask them what they're struggling with. So yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. So just, even, if you don't have hardly anybody on your list, then obviously, the place to start is, we need to start with growing our list, right? We need to start thinking about, how we're, what we're doing to share content out in the world. Like, are we being visible? What collaborations are we working on to increase our visibility? And have we got an opt-in freebie, that we're sharing with people in exchange for their email list? Are we looking at things like challenges and stuff like that, free challenges to get people into the community? Okay, because that's how it really kicks off. I mentioned at the start, my first ever launch that I did was zero revenue. When I first started Digital Yoga Academy, I didn't get anyone signing up to my first course launch. Second one, I ran a challenge. I ran a challenge in a Facebook group. I just opened that Facebook group a month or so earlier. I ran a challenge, a few hundred people came into it, and 14 people bought the course. Okay, so we all start with zero, guys. We all start with zero. The point is, we have to start. Yeah, starting is the biggest challenge sometimes, sometimes the biggest hurdle. But yes, so important that we start. So, any questions, guys, before I finish up today? And if you are not already registered for the Yoga Entrepreneurs Global Summit, where have you been? Where have you been? If you guys, so those of you that are watching on Facebook, I'm going to share the link with you. And if you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio and you can join us. It starts on Saturday, and over 5,000 people have already joined. Over 5,500 now teachers have registered, which is just epic. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I can hardly believe it myself. So it's going to be incredible. It's 5 days and it's absolutely free, so everybody can join. 5 days of content. So you get access to, first of all, you have to create an account, a free account. So when you register, you'll get all the information sent to you via email. But also on the thank you page when you register, it will show you the link to go and sign up for your free account in the Digital Yoga Academy online school. Okay, so we host our online school is in Teachable. So you sign up, get your free Teachable account, and every single day during the summit, inside that your account, you'll get access to new content. Okay, the content you'll get a couple of interviews that I've done with world leading teachers. So if you go onto the page that I've shared, you'll be able to see the teachers that I've been interviewing. So people like Ian Finn, Gloria Latham, Chocolacco, Ali Van Vossen, many more incredible teachers. And yeah, so Emily's just asked, is the summit recorded? Basically, that content is there in Teachable, so you just can go in and just watch it. But each day I'll release the new day's content. Also, as well as the interviews, there are masterclasses from some of our favourite yoga business coaches. Okay, so you'll be able to access interviews and masterclasses inside the Digital Yoga Academy online school, okay, which is hosted in Teachable. And the exciting bit is you'll join a Facebook group, okay? So you'll join a Facebook group. This is an exclusive pop-up Facebook group. It's just for the summit, okay? It's just for the summit. And every single day, you get to connect with each other. You get to connect with one another, but also you get to connect with me live. So every day I'll be going live at 3 p.m. UK time, okay, to do a training coaching session, which is going to be super fun. I've also got some special guests coming into the Facebook group with us as well, okay, so little surprises for you inside the Facebook group. So make sure you don't miss out on the Facebook group, okay? Make sure you join the Facebook group. One other thing to say is that when you are watching the interviews and the masterclasses inside Teachable, there's a comment space, okay? So make sure you comment underneath the interviews. You can comment with each other. You can chat with each other, basically. There's like a chat box underneath the video content. So make sure you do that and really engage with one another and share your thoughts there. I'll be able to feed everything back to the teachers and the coaches who took part. And what else can I tell you about it? Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be super fun, okay? And then also next week, so after the summit's ended, I'm also opening the doors to the Profitable Yoga Teacher Program. This is my signature six-month program, and it's all about creating and launching your online yoga course, okay? So it's about building your community, nurturing that community, and then creating a course that you've validated with that community and then launching it to them, okay? So that's what the program is all about. So if you're interested, do keep a lookout for that. If you've got any questions about it now, feel free to send me a message, send me a DM. And yeah, over and out, I think. I think we're over and out. So yeah, connect with you guys in the summit. Woo! Can you tell I'm excited? Okay, guys. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You guys are awesome. All right, take care. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Love you all.